Hey, Gabriel.
Hey, Gaybros, Jose.
Where are we today? Because the answer is not the expected one by the others.
I'm not on my couch, and you are not in Chicago. We are together at the Lone Star.
I like that your couch doesn't have a geographical location associated with it. It's just a couch, and everyone knows that your couch is in San Francisco.
Everyone should know that at least.
No, that's true. That's fair. That your couch is like just world famous. Does it have like an Instagram account that I can follow?
People would probably follow it. It's purple, like Chippendale style,
Yeah.
velvet.
Yeah. And you usually have like a chihuahua and a dachshund on top
Oh,
of
with a
it.
chihuahua on top of it.
And what did we watch for celebrating this happy occasion of just being face to face again?
So you wouldn't agree to watch Elle again, so I had to dive into Paul Verhoeven's full library.
Yeah, like the bottom of the barrel.
I had never seen Basic Instinct, and so we watched it.
We did watch it. We didn't once.
One of us watched it on a plane, that's all I'm saying.
Well, someone thought about like what is the quality of the space that you have to have for actually watching this, and they decided on a plane, on a plane crossing the states. But yeah, this was actually your pick. So why why did you want to watch this?
I think Paul Verhoeven's mind is a beautiful and very strange thing, and it works for me.
Wait a second, you almost used the same words for defining David Lynch.
I'm willing to watch almost anything David Lynch does too.
I'm just horrified right now that you're comparing Paul Verhoeven with David Lynch.
I'm sorry, but couldn't you compare Showgirls to Wild at Heart?
I will choose Showgirls any day over Wild at Heart. But because I think that his staple of quality is that it's so bad that it's good.
But Benedetta, we just watched recently, that was actually a good movie.
Let's just agree to disagree, and we will discuss a bit more later about this.
All right.
But as this was your pick, I have the honor of actually trying to summarize this roller coaster of a movie. So this is a movie that actually takes place in San Francisco, and it's funny because Michael Douglas feels like he almost lives in San Francisco between this and the game. It's like he really loves like shooting here. No?
I would assume so.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, like, there's a scene where Sharon Stone walks barefoot on some sidewalk, and I was like, could you do that in 92? Because here I would have, like, burned my feet afterwards.
Probably, yeah. That's the only way of saving like the rest of your lives. But basically the story opens with the murder of a rock star, of a washed-out rock star that has like a club or whatever, and we only see that they use an ice pick, and we never get to see like who is the woman. When we see the murder, we don't see who is the woman that committed the murder. So we jump into the investigation. That Michael Douglas is one of the detectives that are actually following the case, and he is like noir detective. He's like a broken character that he has like some turbulent past that he by mistake shot some tourists, and it looks like at that point it was like pretty bad to shoot tourists. It's like now they don't get shot, but they actually have the tenderloin for actually enjoying. So
well, 1991 San Francisco was very different.
Better or worse?
I think both in a lot of ways. I don't know. I was 7, but I was here.
Yeah, I mean the only thing that is like I can actually just compare here for better or worse is actually that he wears shoulder pads. Everyone wears shoulder pads, like if it was still the 80s.
I was actually here in 92 with my family on our way to Disneyland, and we stayed at a hotel, and my parents knew nothing about the city, and it was basically, it's gone now, but it was basically Bex in the Castro.
Okay, that's cute. But yeah, basically the investigation continues, and they start investigating the girlfriend of this guy that he was seen leaving the bar with, and she's an extremely wealthy woman with a house in, it's not Marine, it's South, it's Half Moon Bay.
They keep saying that it's, it must be down like Pacifica.
It's Pacifica, yeah, maybe like around Pacifica, like an amazing house, but she also has like an amazing house. I think that is like probably the house that Daniel still owns, like next to the Lafayette Park.
I actually didn't know she owned a house here.
Yeah, but there are like several like really large mansions and next to the Lafayette Park.
Yeah,
I think that it looked like one of those. Well, like this is the only place that I recognize this house from, and so we are introduced to first before like getting introduced to Sharon Stone character. We're introduced to her friend that is called Trix Bex
something with a B. We should just give up. I'm going to give up on names. I
Oh
don't
yeah,
know any
no,
of
it
their
doesn't
names.
matter. It's like just calling Beatrice.
Sure.
Beatrice. So Beatrice actually points the police to actually just go to see her in Pacifica. They get to her mansion, they talk with her, and basically they start like some kind, when they go back to the police station, like a psychological analysis of her about like, did she do it? And they start talking that she's also a thriller writer. And she wrote a story, a book, about how a woman kills a washed-out rock star with an ice pick. So of course, after like that, like coincidence, they decide to actually take it to the station, and then they start talking. And one of the most famous scenes takes at this place when she gets like ready. She tries to get ready, quote unquote, because she's not presentable. She gets like probably like the shorter miniskirt dress that you could
was so
imagine.
weird.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Yeah, I don't know. While Michael Douglas is like staring at her, they say, "You're not a very professional cop, but sure, whatever." And we have like the crossing legs scene on the police station. Like, it's a famous
Uncrossing leg scene.
Oh, uncrossing, yeah, where we actually see everything.
We see Sharon Stone.
Serious. Okay. So after that, we even like see, and you have to just pay attention to the dynamic that she has during that interview, because it will be mirrored later. It's a very smart script,
I also recognized that, and I was like, really?
Yeah, are you trying to be smart?
Yeah.
Dude, because it is like just pretty lame.
Uh-huh.
So during, like the story continues, and of course Michael Douglas gets like pretty close with Sharon Stone and start like just getting a bit more interested in her. And what we actually get into is that, of course, like the story that she says that she writes books about potential things that it could happen, and she actually gets close to people that she could write about. So she actually got close to this rock star from the perspective of eventually I'm going to be like writing a book about him. And then she starts writing a book about a broken cop that falls in love with a brown woman, and he gets murdered.
Yes.
So, of course, Michael Douglas ends up like just falling in love with her. I don't know exactly what he does. Who does he shoot? He shoots someone by mistake that he kills, and Internal Affairs starts investigating him again. And we see like the parallels with the other scene.
I can't remember, but they do say that he's shot 4 people in 5 years as a detective. Or 4 different occasions.
In a case, he gets investigated in the same like interrogation room as Sharon Stone did before, because I love that it's like a party room. There are like 20 people looking at the interrogation. The only police movie that I've seen where something like this happened is usually it's like 1 or 2 people, and then it's like a lot of people behind the mirror. Like, no, here is like, we don't have budget for the mirror. Let's just put 20 people.
And also, you haven't mentioned the Internal Affairs psychologist
Oh,
yet?
no, I'm going there. I'm going
Okay.
there. Sorry. So he actually gets investigated about like some kind of violation that he does there. Oh no, because the guy, the police head, he actually gets murdered, and they think that he may have done it.
Yeah, because he physically attacks him that day.
Exactly, yeah. So I think, he did it, because they also use like a 38 caliber. He's like, and you have a 38. Sorry. So basically they interrogate him, and he does the same stuff as Sharon Stone, and I wish that he actually did the crossing legs part. But he starts smoking.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, he starts smoking. He's like, you cannot smoke. He's like, are you going to detain me?
Can you imagine his flies just open and
So at the same time, the reason why the guy got murdered, quote unquote, or why he attacked like the head of police, it was because he had like a psychological profile that he was like just threat to Sharon Stone. And she started like just playing like mind games with him. So he works with a therapist. That therapist is like a love interest. That is like there are like so many violations of confidentiality and professionalism in this movie that I don't even know where to start.
Also, I brought her up because when he's being interrogated and there's like 15 people in the room, the therapist just comes in and answers all the questions for him, and they're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, you're not interrogating that guy, we're interrogating you. So I don't know. I think that I'm going to be like just taking a shortcut.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot that happens, and not all of it is very smart.
So Beatrix at the end also tries to kill this guy, like Michael Douglas, because she's jealous of him because he started like just getting too close to her, and then she dies in a terrible accident. And spoiler alert, I'm going to be like just going crazy here, but it's like basically at the end we discover that Sharon Stone, when she was in Berkeley, had a stalker, and that stalker was the therapist, and the therapist actually murdered his only friend in the world. Poor Goose. Gus. Yeah, poor Gus. Poor thing. You know, he was
that
just
made me
in the
sad. Michael Douglas was so devastated.
I mean, I had to say that Goose sounded like a terrible human being.
Yeah, he was, absolutely.
Yeah.
But he played a very good drunk. Like a very realistic drunk.
I had the feeling that he was drunk. And then at the end, we are led to think... Well, sorry, I had to just say this importantly. You know, it's like at the end, we're led to think that actually it's like the therapist that is just obsessed with the Sharon Stone character.
And Michael Douglas.
And Michael Douglas, so we both of them. Well, but the thing is that she was enacting like some of the crimes that Sharon Stone was writing in her books, no? And that's the reason why she murdered the rock star.
This is what we think.
What we think,
because there are no answers here.
There are no answers. So yeah, it's not that they don't care; it's that they cannot provide answers. So what happens afterwards is that there are like 3 scenes where they're having sex, that Michael Douglas and Sharon Stone, while she even ties him, and she starts riding him while having sex, and she just leans back. She starts like just trying to reach for something or so within, and the music is probably one of the most heavy-handed that I've seen in any movie in my life. You know, like, and then she just throws herself on top of Michael Douglas, and nothing happens. And they repeat that first scene when she actually ties her with a scarf. That is exactly how the rock star died, like just with her hands tied. And then on the last scene, we see them like just having sex again. And this happens not once, but twice during a 3-minute scene.
Also, we have to call out that Michael Douglas killed the therapist.
Yeah, but you know, it was like a confirmation. At that point, it was a confirmation that like the therapist was evil.
Yeah.
So,
they're all evil, all of them. There's not a good person in this film.
No, you know, like who is like the mastermind? Like the real problem here, Paul Verhoeven. No, the real problem is you for actually just giving like a vote of confidence to this guy. Then at the end we have like those 2 like I don't know, like attempts of just murdering him, and then we have like the slowest pan down of the camera, and then we see like below the bed frame, and we see
What do we see?
an ice peak. And the movie ends.
So we don't know. Was the therapist innocent? Was it really the Sharon Stone?
Well, you know, like maybe, I don't know, like Sharon Stone likes to have sex with an ice pick below the bed, just in case.
I mean, she's a single woman. It's
yeah, you always have to defend yourself. Yeah.
Did you mention that Roxy, I looked up her name on IMDb, Roxy tried to kill Michael Douglas out of jealousy?
Yeah, I was jealousy, yeah.
Because she watched Michael Douglas have sex with Sharon Stone, and it was very, like, a la Showgirls pool scene. And Roxy comes to threaten him while he's naked and cleaning up after sex. And she tells him he's going to kill him. And Michael Douglas tells her, but that was the fuck of the century. Which is the best line.
No, there are, like, many best lines.
They're
on this movie,
really good lines.
Because he got off, after he got off, it's also like a, a group of policemen, like, just saying that.
You told me about that line, right, before I watched it?
Because it was like just mind blown at that point, is that the only 2 things that I had during that flight, it was that movie and messaging. Is that I had to just tell someone what I had just watched.
So, well done. You remembered way more than I did, and I watched it today.
I watched it in a plane. This was the only thing that I could pay attention to. You had a last one, I had Chihuahua.
I did. They were very needy. So, did you like it?
Let's say that I enjoy watching it, but as the same way that I told you about like that quote and you told me so don't tell me anything else, I can tell you that I also told my friend that we used to have like this crappy cinema cycle back in the day, is that this was a movie worthy of being watched on this
But you didn't watch it back then?
We didn't. We actually watched Showgirls that many times, but it's like, this is not as bad as Showgirls, but it's like bad enough for actually just being enjoyable, about making fun of it.
So usually we try not to talk about the movies before we start recording, but we did a little bit today.
Yeah.
And I said that I kind of like this film. But now that we're talking about it, this is a very dumb film.
Oh, yes.
But for me, it was so enjoyable to watch. It is almost good because it's so bad. I was entertained as hell.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm just telling you, it's one of those movies that is hey, this is not going to be like redefining anything. Is that they are doing like a psycho-noir thriller, psychosexual noir thriller. Is it good? No fucking way. Is that this is one of the dumbest movies that I watched.
So the day that we picked this, I happened to be reading a newspaper called the New York Times, and on the front page was an article about this film and how it turned 30 this year and how it's still extremely polarizing. I didn't read the article because I didn't want any spoilers.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, does this film deserve to be on the front page of the New York Times ever?
No. Not even when it was released. But that's the thing, is that, Paul Verhoeven is that the thing is that he uses sex a lot. Even like with Benedetta. He's still using the same resource, but he uses it a bit more of a very tacky, shocking way. And if you see through it, is that there is nothing of interest behind it.
And also, I'm sure this was fairly shocking, especially for someone like Michael Douglas in 1992. But now I'm like, I've seen Enter the Void. This is nothing. It doesn't, like, this shock or whatever he was doing at that time didn't, in my opinion, stand the test of time.
Well, I think that this was like as dumb in 92 as it is right now. Equally dumb. The only reason why it probably was like a bit more impactful back then is because we didn't used to have like so much sexy movies. But now we have HBO.
Yes, we do.
So from that perspective is that there is nothing here. When you remove all the nakedness, is that there is nothing savable. From a cinematography perspective.
And I think that, like, especially American films, they are very prudish, and so when this just was released with recognizable celebrities and...
Yeah. But that's the thing, is that I think the Showgirls does the same. Is that he uses sex as a shock value, but when you remove like the potential shock value, you are not shocked by it. It's like what is left is vaporware.
There's literally nothing left. Well, to be fair, he made an attempt at a fairly complex whodunit. I mean, he didn't do it well, but this is certainly not Showgirls.
Look,
in terms of, like, when you take away the sex, is there a story? There is here. It's not a good story. It doesn't make sense.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
It's just freaking terrible. It's the thing that I find hilarious is that from the beginning, when you see the therapist, she could have played, if they remade this movie right now, she could have played by Jessica Chastain.
That would be really good casting.
Yeah.
She's not as talented as Jean...
Tripperthorn or something. But she was like just there, but she was a bimbo. Like, she's pretty. But she has no idea about like what she's doing. It's like she's only there because we need like female suspects.
Yeah, Jean Triplehorn, I would definitely expect her to be more intelligent than Jessica Chastain.
True, but it's like this role is not an intelligent role.
No, but at least she has a graduate degree and went to Berkeley. But I guess Jessica Chastain plays like astronauts.
Exactly. She's like way ahead of her.
So, yeah, I don't even know what there is to say about this film. I feel like tell me what you think about this. I think it's a little bit smarter, but very similar to Showgirls.
That's interesting because I was comparing it a lot with Showgirls. I think that Showgirls embraces being dumb, and this tries to be smarter. And that's like the part that I feel is that this is not okay. That you're trying to be smarter being this dumb. There is not okay.
Do you think that, like, do you remember when, what's the director everyone hates?
Paul Verhoeven.
No.
Lars von Trier.
Some of us like him. No, the guy that did,
Gaspar Noé.
The Transformer movies. Sorry,
Michael Bay.
Yeah. You know when Michael Bay released Pearl Harbor and he thought it was going to be his Oscar film? Do you think that Paul Verhoeven like read this script?
He
and was
has
like,
never. No. I think that he's a bit more like self-aware, dude. He's like he. Just think about Elle. It's like he's self-aware about like he knows what he's doing. He knows how to actually, like just
manipulate
provoke.
the audience. Yeah,
Yeah.
provoke. That's a better word.
Yeah. So it's like he knows what is his strength. If his strength is a valid one, if it's something that it should be safe. If I think that is like who's going to be like taking the mantle from Paul Verhoeven, I hope that the answer is no one. Absolutely no one. We don't need this style of cinema.
So, fun fact: I'm looking now at the writer's IMDb page. Paul Verhoeven didn't write it. The guy who did also wrote Showgirls and Flashdance.
No surprise.
Yeah.
No surprise at all. Should we go over the questions? Because honestly, I'm drawing a blank about like what else to say about this.
It's entertaining and not good, and really doesn't make that much sense. The end.
Sure. Yeah, that's good.
Okay, so then let's do the questions. Jose, would you watch this again?
No.
You really wouldn't?
I wouldn't.
Not
no,
even like
sorry,
a hate
no,
watch?
okay. I will have a hate watch. Because I actually talked with Alberto, and if he didn't have like a toddler, I will actually just ask him, let's just watch it again, because we are going to be like just cry laughing.
Okay, I would also watch it again. I would watch it again with my husband tomorrow.
But it would be a hate watch.
It would be a hate watch, yeah.
Okay, no, that's
And
fair.
to see Michael Douglas naked. Jose, would you recommend this?
Never.
That's
Never.
a lie.
I cannot even think.
You just called your friend in Spain and recommended it.
Look, but it's like just recommending a hate watch is not really recommending. Okay, let's just say that yes, asterisk about like they're like very people that they appreciate shit that they would actually appreciate this one as a first class shit.
Okay. I would recommend this as a good hate watch. Like you had me watch Showgirls for the first time, and I thought this is
It was
awesome.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would watch it in that way, and I would recommend it to a friend if I had another friend besides you. Is there anything artistic about this?
Absolutely no. No, there is only tackiness. It's like like for example when you think about like the 40s and you see like these sofas that they're hideous and they have like the plastic on top of it. That's what I think of this.
I'm usually pretty generous with this question. I can find something artistic about anything, whether it's the camera angles, the acting, the script. I can't think of anything artistic about this at all.
No.
Okay, is it a timeless piece?
It's a what?
Is it a timeless piece?
What I told you earlier is that 30 years ago this was fucking dumb. Nowadays it's fucking
Still
dumb.
fucking dumb. Yeah, no. We could watch this in 2050 and still feel that we want to hate watch it.
But the thing is, like, they have like all the elements of a noir movie. Is that they have like the femme fatale. They have like many femme fatales, actually. You have like the broken cop. Like all of them like miserable because of something that happened in the past, and it's like it's betrays happening around there. It's like this is like a noir movie, and it was like a mediocre noir movie in '92, and it's a mediocre noir movie.
Like
in 2022.
he didn't even know how to handle these tropes. He was like, oh well, we should have a cop that might have a problem with alcohol, that's haunted by his past, that wants to fuck the woman that might kill him.
The suspect, the prime suspect. Yep. It's like I would say, for just being like completely honest, that it's timeless from the perspective that this movie has been done like many times, and you could get the same value today as you have like 20 years in the future.
So let's say HBO optioned this for a mini-series, 10 hours of Basic Instinct, with Paul Verhoeven directing. Would you watch it?
Absolutely no. No, because this already feels like a TV movie, honestly. Is that there are like many things like production, script, that except that it's shot in San Francisco, probably that was like freaking expensive. Everything else is like super cheap, like TV film level.
It's like if Hallmark did a Showtime or a
Kids.
Cinemax, yeah, where they're like, okay, don't bother about the story, just show a lot of boobs, we're going to play this late at night, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Do you think this movie could have been better?
Yes, definitely could have been better. It could have been not made.
Yeah, there's a lot wrong. Like, I feel like I've never written a script, have you?
No, but I think that
We could have done better. We could have done better. I've seen enough movies to know at least what mistakes not to make.
Well, and the thing is, like, I had the feeling that both of us are gay men, so we enjoy sex. I think that we would really just tone it down on the sex about, like, this is not going to be like the strength of this movie. The strength of this movie is not going to be like a straight woman, like, just uncrossing her legs for the policeman, and then, like, the guy from Jurassic Park start, like, just sweating, like, is that a vagina? I heard about them.
Alright, so now we score it.
No, we do not. Now you ask me if I remember that movie.
Yeah, I was just pulling it up. I want to know what you can remember from Sex and Lucia.
Okay. This is an easy one. I mean, you know that I like Julio Medem, the director. So basically, this is the story of this writer that is dating Lucia. And they're okay, but he's having like some kind of blockade writing. They live in Madrid, and then where was he that? Before he actually met Lucia, he actually met like this woman in Ibiza. They had an affair, and she actually had a kid, but she never told anything to this guy. Now, fast forward into this kind of super cross stories, is like as the guy is blocked, he starts having some kind of affair because reasons.
Because Spaniard.
He's Spaniard. It's a Spanish movie. He started like just having an affair with the how do you say, the girl that is taking care of his daughter, and I think that he doesn't know that he's his daughter.
You remember more than I do, so...
Yeah, but the thing is that he gets murdered by the woman that is taking care of the daughter's dog. So the mother, that is Nagua Ningri, has like a nervous breakdown, and she actually runs away to Ibiza.
And ends up staying at the house?
Yes, he actually has a house with like a bed and breakfast. Yeah, a bed and breakfast. Then Lucia, that is Pat Vega, she actually goes, holy shit, I remember like way too much of this movie.
I'm impressed.
Yeah. They had like a fight, and she actually runs away from Madrid. And she actually goes to Ibiza, and she actually stays in the Airbnb, in the bed and breakfast for Nagua Ningri, from the woman whose kid actually died. She's having like a bit more of a coming to terms with herself and blah blah blah, and at the same time Nagua Ningri is receiving every single day through a chat platform like a page of a tale that the writer is sending her. And then at the end, he actually realizes about like who is that, and he goes to Ibiza. He meets up with Lucia, and everything is good.
Well done. And then there's something about a fairy tale about living forever under the water. Or there are holes in the island.
Yeah. So basically, it's like the story that the writer like comes up is a bit more about like, hey, I lost a kid, and he's actually just like coming up with some kind of a story about like, hey, this hole is actually something that kids fall and they become mermaids and they live forever.
And this is the movie that we talked about, that this director, he writes his own stuff and he just tortures his characters, and this was kind of his way to like forgive.
Oh yeah, because the thing is like you remember like the other movie, we didn't record about it, but it's like one of my favorite movies, like The Lovers of the Polar Circle. And it's also Nagua Ningri. Nagua Ningri too. And it's like at the end of that story, spoiler alert, because we didn't record about this movie, it's like they're about to just meet up again, but actually she gets run by a car in the last second. So he wanted to just make this story that it was a bit more of a positive tone compared with the previous one. So it's like on this one there is like a re-encounter kind of a story, but they actually meet each other. There is a bit of a drama about like, is he going to be there, is he not? And I say, yeah, he's there. And they actually meet up and everything is like left behind.
I'm super impressed because that movie, we watched it a long time ago.
But I watched it like twice or 3 times, you know. I like it. I don't remember like absolutely every single detail, but it's a good movie.
Well done.
Yep. So now, should we score Basic Instinct? And this was just big, so I had to score it first.
Thank God.
So, I think that we did this on the past. I cannot check the score right now, but in all honesty, I don't think that I should be scored by my enjoyment as a head watch.
So you're going to score the
as a movie,
artistic
I'm going to be like scoring in some movie as a, if I had to actually just make a ranking of movies, it's like where I objectively can put this, and this is a 4.
Wow, that's my score. I thought you were going to give it way lower.
Well, because the thing is that it's not 100% terrible. It's not good. It's not fucking good.
It is less than good, but it's not like the worst film ever made.
Oh no, we have like way worse stuff. This is not Hackers. Just to begin with,
Below the belt, man.
So, anything else to say about this one? Because otherwise I'm going to say like what we're going to be like watching this.
No, I'm just happy I found my new go-to hate watch film.
Okay, that's fair. So, as we were talking, probably when this goes out, the Oscars will be like 6 months behind us. But we were discussing about like Nicole Kidman being nominated, not for her best role. I'm not too happy with the movie, but whatever.
Did she win?
What?
Did she win for this? The film you're gonna?
Yeah. See, that's the only Oscar that she has.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was just thinking about like Nicole Kidman is an actress that I'm never like completely convinced if she's really good or she's just okay, okay above okay,
Yeah.
So this is like the first time I think that the Academy like pay attention to her, and it's in a movie that it also has Julianne Moore and Meryl Streep.
Sure does.
Yeah. Who's the other actress? There is like one more. Meryl Streep is dating another woman.
Well, she has her friend who's dying of AIDS.
Yeah, that is like Ed Harris.
Yes, Ed Harris.
Yeah. But she's dating someone. She's dating a woman. She's a lesbian, no?
I haven't seen this movie since it was in theaters, so I don't remember.
Okay. Well, this is a very strong female cast, let's say. And one of them is Nicole Kidman playing Virginia Woolf, actually, with a very pronounced...
Which is why she won, because she got ugly for the role.
Exactly. It's like you can only get like a Nazi or ugly for winning an Oscar. So next time we're going to be like just watching and discussing The Hours.
All right, I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, and anything else to say to our 4 audience?
Nope.
No, that's it.
Wash your hands, whatever.
Yeah, wash your hands. That's enough. Okay, bye.